Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here, traveling with Bruce, the part 9 of the series Around the World in 90 Days. And this video begins with my arrival to Singapore, having just got off the plane with Singapore Airlines, arriving in the Singapore airport, having just cleared customs, which you can see right there, which is just a series of gates. I mean, think about it. Every arriving passenger arriving in Singapore is arriving from another country because it's a city-state. It's unbelievable. And this place is huge. This is just part of the arrival section. It goes on and on so long. I couldn't believe how huge this place was, with department stores and grocery stores at either end. Absolutely amazing. Once I got my bags, I was trying to figure out a couple of things inside the airport, and I went up a level or two, and I ended up here, and I caught this unbelievable image. I just had to stop and video it. Obviously, a family over there was also enthralled with it, and kids were enjoying the view. This is a check-in area for departures, and folks here are sleeping in parts of the airport here because they don't board for hours. This is about 1, 2 in the morning when I got here. The vibe is so relaxed here. It's unbelievable. Again, this is just one of the terminals. There are many. It's the most incredible airport in the world. I will be doing a video about the Singapore airport. Trust me. There I am looking at the Merlion. Yeah, this frontage, this beginning. This is just an entryway to some offices. That's all this is. This isn't part of their water theme or anything like that. This is just an entryway into one of their corporate buildings attached to the airport. Absolutely stunning. And this is on at 1:30 in the morning. The next morning, I woke up in my hotel room here at the Paradox Hotel, and I was videoing what I could see out the window, and I was highlighting to my family this construction job being done out here. That tower you see there, I don't see it very well, but where I'm trying to point at, that tower is already 35 stories tall. By the time I left Singapore, it was nearing 38 stories. And it was going to keep on going. It's one of 4 that were being built simultaneously. You only see 2 or 3 of them from this angle. The skyline out here with cranes here and there. Singapore is still, and will be for years, under construction. It's amazing how much wealth is being created in this city. And I was taking a bit of an amateur shot there, and then I zeroed in on my pool area, and I was so excited because I could see my hot tub just above there, the area right there. I figured, I'm going to spend some time in here, and was I in for a major disappointment when I went down there later in the day and found out that the temperature of that pool, of that hot spa, is exactly the same temperature as the swimming pool, and it was not ever warm. It will never be warm. The attendant down there said, "Oh no, it's always this temperature." And boy, was I let down big time with this hotel. I was so looking forward to soaking my sore back and my legs and my hips and everything into that nice warm hot jetted water, but nope, they don't have it. And the hotel did not have a spa with a steam room or a hot jacuzzi either, and yet they called themselves a resort hotel. I was very disappointed with the Paradox, having dropped the ball there. But the room rate was okay. It was definitely cheaper than some of the other places. Now I know why. The food was okay as far as dinner goes, or sorry, I should say for breakfast every morning, but what can I say? The location was okay. I went outside the hotel and filmed this region right here, right outside our hotel, Riverside Point. But here's the thing about Singapore I want you to know, and I want you to understand something. I am almost 70 years old, and I'm traveling on my own, and I'm not traveling with a family. I am really interested in shots like this, the incredible architecture of this city. But I gotta warn you, if you're not traveling with a significant other or family, you're going to look at this place in a whole different way, which would make all the sense in the world. I quickly realized that this city is becoming like Disneyland and Universal Studios. Prices are going up dramatically if you want to visit Singapore. They talk about how expensive it is here, and it is only getting worse. I did find this shot just a block away from my hotel. I could see the Marina Bay Sands structure, and I'll be doing a video on this one a little bit later on in the series. Incredible facility, and it is a highly visited by all who come here. And as I said earlier, the city's architecture is stunning. This building caught my eye, blocked the other direction from my hotel. Here you go. Here's a building that is standing on pylons and has vegetation hanging off of it. There's a hotel here, an office complex. Absolutely amazing. I took a little further walk and came to a park area right in front of this building, and I saw this sort of bandstand thing here. So they do concerts here from time to time. People hang out on the lawn and enjoy. And then I panned back to show my friends back home what this building looked like. And look at these pylons. All of these are holding this building up. This structure goes deep into the ground with an underground parkade. Then they have a couple of floors. Then they have the pylons. And on top of that, they put this 10, 15-story tall structure with different wings hanging off of it. And all of this incredible vegetation growing all over the place here. It's an amazing looking structure. You can stand here for half an hour and stare at it and just take it all in. If you're from North America like I am, Canada, you don't see anything like this in Canada. We have blizzards in the winter. None of this would survive. The only kind of time we see vegetation like this in Canada is if it's indoors. Here it is just naturally outside. Of course, that building's vegetation is highly looked after and cleaned and trimmed and primed by professionals who handle it. Again, just outside of my hotel was this development here called Riverside Point, and there are dozens of outfits like this around. It gives you the impression that it's a really unique kind of a place. It's not. There are many like this in Singapore. I have nothing against it. There are just many like it. This one here is another one. Filled full of restaurants, souvenir shops. Here's another one, Clark Quay over here. Some of them have bars. Some of them have like these boat rides that you can take. The hustle is on in Singapore. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I came out of my hotel the other day, right out the front door, and just to give you some perspective, how close I was to this region. I just walked along the sheltered area here because remember, we're in basically a rainforest area where it can rain heavily at any time. And so there's a lot of covered areas here. You come out here along this walkway, and there's that building under construction I was telling you about earlier, 4 of those going up at the same time. And here you go down the sidewalk. You can see now along the quay the water on the one side and all the restaurants and cafes and ice cream shops on the other. And what you'll figure out after a day or two of being in Singapore is that if you frequent any of these restaurants that are on these kinds of walkways here, all man-made type areas, this is run kind of like a theme park. You are going to pay heavily to be here. The lights are flashing, and they try to attract you in. There are families here, yes, husbands and wives taking their dogs for a walk. These are locals. Then there are visitors. There's grandmas and grandpas with grandkids. They're all here. But I got to tell you, this area here is, you feel after a while like you're being hustled all the time. It's not genuine. This is not genuine Singapore. This is 2025 Singapore. where the dollar, the almighty dollar, rules, and you begin to smell it, and it just doesn't feel quite right. Malls everywhere, multi-level malls. This one here is 3-4 stories tall. There are dozens of these. This is not special. It is man-made, and there's one after the other, after the other, after the other, and after a while you go, oh my God, is this whole city just a bunch of shopping malls and a bunch of Starbuckses and mom and pop Chinese food outfits, and they all are charging, pretty well all the restaurants, a surcharge. If you come in there, you'll see the menu, and if you go to the bottom of the menu, you read the fine print, you'll see all the taxes that are being charged on top of the prices, and then you'll see the 10% mandatory surcharge on top of that. Do not leave a tip. It's already in your bill when you get it. And this, I find, left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Some of the staff that I saw at some of these restaurants, very good and very attentive. Others, not so attentive, because they knew they were getting a piece of the 10%, whether you liked them or not, or whatever it was. I'm approaching the Marina Bay Sands structure here again to kind of film it for you. It is one of the most popular places to visit in Singapore. Remember, it's a city-state. It's an island that has a city on it, and it's its own country. This is part of the downtown financial core, right down here in the harbor area. And again, here are all these different restaurants. They're all hustling for business. And across the bay, you can see the infamous and famous Marina Bay Sands casino, shopping mall, hotel, condos. And as I said, you'll see a video about this place shortly. I'll be making another one just about that place. It's stunning. You can barely see the people on top of there. 67 stories up or something like that. 57 stories maybe. And you got to pay dearly to go up there. Is it worth it? I don't know. But there it was. Just off to the side of the here to the right, you can see some of the other areas that are developed here, including the Ferris wheel over here that you can ride for a fortune. Everyone now seems to have one of these. They're in London and they're in Vegas, and everyone has a Ferris wheel now. And then there are the high-end hotels over here, the Mandarin, the Westons, and the others. And then here is the official mascot for Singapore, known as Merlion. It's a mermaid with a lion's head on it, spewing water from its mouth. And I gotta tell you that the number of people here was stunning. I couldn't believe how many were here. At least 1,000 over a number of spots here, getting different angles of this sculpture, trying to get a picture of it. And this is just after sunset. The light is just now diminishing, and the the lights are coming on here in front of the Merlion and all around the restaurants, under the bridges, under the trees there. It's a magical time of day. It makes for great photography, and a lot of folks taking pictures of themselves and their families and what have you, with the downtown area just off in the background. It was around 80 degrees here, about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, very comfortable. The next day, I went for a little excursion. I decided I would take a cable car ride, and I went over to Mount Faber, and that just tickled my funny bone, because Mount Faber, the word Faber is the Faber University or college in the movie Animal House. If you recall, Double Secret Probation, if you remember that movie. So Mount Faber is where you get on this cable car from, and it goes through this building, believe it or not. You go from one cable to another and continue on. And you end up working your way over to what's called Sentosa Island. And at the island itself, there are a number of attractions, let me say, that you can enjoy, and one of which is Universal Studios. There's a Universal Studios here, and again, this brings home the point that I'm, stuck with on Singapore, that it is becoming a place that is quickly pricing itself out of the middle class market. Singapore is soon to be, I think, a city that the upper middle class only will be able to afford to come to and to enjoy their sights and sounds, because the classical Singaporean experience of really neat food places and whatnot, they're disappearing. They're disappearing quickly and being replaced by chain outfits, international operators, franchisees, and what have you. Here's what it looks like when you come out the other side, and there's Universal there. They're still building some of it there. There are hotels here. I would bet you that a family of 4 staying here, you're going to be dropping $1,000 to $2,000 a day between your hotel accommodations, your meals, your attraction tickets, all of these costs. And those of you who have visited Disneyland and Disney World in the United States, you know what I'm talking about. The costs of visiting some of these places now has become impossible for anyone in the middle class. You've got to be upper middle class to afford this kind of money. There's the Universal logo there spinning along. You don't see a lot of people there, and I'll tell you why. It was 90 to 95 degrees this day. High humidity. It was miserable. Beautiful looking, but oh, was it hot. Look in the background, though, at all those ships out there waiting their turn to load up and move on their way. These ships each carry close to $1 billion of merchandise. There were hundreds of them out there. This is just a smattering of the ships. Unbelievable. I came to this island with high hopes. There was an attraction on this island that was kind of like a sled ride, like a little luge ride. You get on this platform with wheels on it, and you go barreling down the hill. I was looking forward to doing it. Couldn't buy advance tickets when I got my pass for the cable, and I thought, okay, well, I'll just buy tickets when I get there. And I got off the cable car a ride and walked around the top of this island here. Came to the attraction, found out they will only sell tickets online in advance. They do not sell tickets at the ride itself. So I came all this way for nothing, and I just left. Again, I'm old and crotchety. What can I say? Now, if I were 35, a 35-year-old father, and Auntie Jen and I brought our daughter here at that age, we would be on it. We'd be with it. We would have already booked everything online well in advance, and we would have been here for the whole day. But as a crotchety old guy like me, I don't understand the internet. I don't understand all this high-tech stuff. What do you mean I have to order everything on the internet? That's ridiculous. I just shook my head and left. Thank you anyway. Bought an ice cream cone. It wasn't the end of the day. I had a little ice cream treat and bought a cola and got back on the cable car and came back to Mount Faber. Here is a good shot, as best as I can give you, of how many ships are waiting to load up. This is, again, maybe 5% of the ships. I cannot emphasize enough how massive this business is in Singapore to drop off and pick up containers. It is the lifeblood of the city and the nation. There's a reason why these structures in the downtown area are 50, 60, 70, 80 stories tall, filled with bankers and insurance brokers and commodity brokers and traders and currency people and, oh my God, lawyers and you name it, to handle all of this business. It is truly stunning. Earlier I showed you a photo of this building from my hotel room. Now you can see it from the top of a cable car. That's my shot there of the building of where I was. And then when I came in to Mount Faber, coming back to Mount Faber, I zeroed in on Singapore, what I could see of it, and then just over to the right, you can see the building under construction there. That's kind of where I am amongst this massive sea of high-rises that hold offices and condos all over the place. It's a unique city. I enjoyed my visit there, but not as much as I enjoyed Japan. I can understand why people come here for a weekend or a 3, 4, 5 day getaway. For families, there's lots to do, lots of events to enjoy, but you better have a pretty strong credit card to afford this place because the costs are surging here. Look at those cranes going up. Even with inflation, there's no stopping this place. It is stunning. Join me for part 10 and 11 as I continue this series. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. We'll talk to you next time, everybody. Bye for now.